To be part of that kind of event, riding against the best riders in the world is always a big challenge. Of course, everybody wants to show his abilities. It's always good fun, and hopefully the best jockey will win the championship.
Yeah, can't wait for next Wednesday night, and he's had quite a good weekend as well.
Yeah, he's probably got a couple of almonds in his eye at the moment, hasn't he, after Japan Cup victory?
Yeah, but fireworks next Wednesday, Paul?
Looking forward to it. There's always good. There's always good the fireworks display. Should be more of it.
Yeah, and 9 races too, just remember it will be an early start.
Certainly will be. All right, we've got one more race to get through as far as this Wednesday is concerned, though. Race number 8, we finish off with a Class 3 over the 1,200 metres, headed by Fantastic Feeling. Neil Callan from Barrier 4, third last time out behind Good Beauty. So Red Light third behind Little Bird last time out, who's got to contend with Barrier 12 this time, had Barrier 2 when winning last time out. Good Beauty was a course and distance winner last start at big odds. POWERMAX last start course and distance winner as well. Blitzing's won 2 of his last 3, and Flash Famous right down at the bottom, getting pretty close to a class drop. As far as Chung Fa is concerned, there's been a lot up at Chung Fa for this meeting. Sir Redlot, he returned on the 26th. Now we're at the touchscreen to have a look at the speed map and some key races here, Brett, for the final event. And there should be a bit of speed here as well. Little Bird made all to win last time. More weight on his back this time. Can he get past Blitzing?
Probably, but he really needs to step perfectly from that barrier, doesn't he, Gate 12, with all the weight and get his motor up and going, because Blitzing's quite a quick horse and he'll be burrowing through. My chance, if you go right back through his record, he actually led a race 2 at the Valley over 1,200 a few starts back. We know POWERMAX is also drawn inside of Little Bird, so potentially we could have sort of this situation eventuating going into the first bend. Maybe Blitzing then eases and allows the pair of them to cross. And I guess you have to sort of also suggest that maybe Little Bird might eventually find the front easy enough if he steps well and get it on his own. All best friends back here can go forward. We've seen that in the past. He's had a long, distinguished career.
Plenty of winning form to work with, though, Paul.
Yeah, it looks there is a really nice race to finish. And the first one we'll look at is Little Bird. Just talked about him here, and you can see under a decent hold as well as he comes down. Little Bird, and look, he was impressive last start. There's no way around it, but this is a lot trickier. He's up on weight and he's got this wide draw to overcome. I thought this was not a bad piece from Good Beauty. Everything went his way last time, but he still won the race nicely enough. He got that split on the inside. Barrier 6, he should sit midfield as well. Good Beauty, and a horse in form at the moment, and doing it nice and easily. And Blitzing, another one who's had a great season, 1-2, and was just beaten last time by Good Beauty. It was a little bit vulnerable in front, but he's in good form, and he'll start favourite, I've got no doubt.
Well, he's odds on at this stage, Blitzing. But let's hear from the man who trained the horse that beat him last time. That's John Moore, the trainer of Good Beauty.
Good Beauty, John, he was a surprise a bit for the punters winning last time out at $22. Was he a surprise for you?
No, he wasn't. I said to the owner, even though he was big odds, that he definitely was an each-way chance, more on the place Quinella side. But he'd done everything right leading into the race. He'd drawn well, and Dougie gave him a gun ride. But this time he's a much fitter horse. He's, his work leading into the race tomorrow night has been exemplary. He couldn't, done any better than what he's done. So, again, he's drawn pretty well. And the same sort of ride, I expect him to also to be in the finish.
Less than 2 weeks to go until the big day in December. You've got 3 runners, Eagle Way, Werther, Beauty Generation, all well with the 3 of them heading towards the big day?
Yes, there's been a bit of media speculation with respect to the 2 of them coming out onto the track and whatever. We all know that Beauty Generation had some shoeing issues and bruised soles. For that reason, he did hang in his race, even though he broke a track record. That has now all been resolved. We've got some rim pads on him now, which will be changed over to race plates come race day. But he's out on the track. He galloped on Saturday morning with my French riding boy, who said no, he didn't hang at all. Everything was cherry ripe. We're going into the race, with a very, very fit horse, and he'll be the one to beat. Werther is really going, his fitness levels is just where we need it to be for the big race next week. And I believe that if Hugh Bowman can jump him away and be right in behind the speed, not giving any start away to Time Walk this time, I think he's a live chance.
Could have a very big day, John Moore.
Could do. Yeah, I really like the run from Werther. We're all suggesting he'd run well, and he did.
He did. In Beauty Generation, he's the one to beat.
He is. A lot of water to go under the bridge, though, between now and the big day.
Certainly is, yeah. All right, we'll keep looking at this particular race. That was Good Beauty, and I think we've spoken about him. We heard from John as well. Horse to look at now, Little Bird. So this is the win from the front. Good ride from Grant van Niekerk. Just let him roll, got into a rhythm and wasn't for catching. The other horse to look out for, well, Seredalot has drawn much better this time, out wide here. My Chance, who had a tough run, drawn much better again. And Harrier Jet right down the middle.
Going to sit on the fence with Harrier Jet for this stage, or at the moment, because I think he's needing to drop a few more points. Little Bird, 14 pound more to carry the outside barrier. Barrier 2 on this occasion. Time was 1:99, so the win was good. There wasn't a huge time on the board. Having said that, he did sit up in the final stages, though, didn't he? So, look, the key to, I think, Little Bird winning, he does look a bit one-dimensional, is him crossing and finding the rail. If he can't do that, it makes him a touch vulnerable.
Yeah, I think blitzing might make it a bit tougher, and POWERMAX as well is drawn 11. I think the 11 and 12 barrier is going to come across together.
Yeah, and you've got My Chance, who might kick through nearer the inside too.
Yeah, well, this is POWERMAX, who at this stage is going at a huge price. He's 29 and 6 a place. I'm
going to make him a long shot because I think he could be the forgotten horse in this race, similar to what the horse was in the last week as well. This horse... he's in good form at the moment. He won this race nicely enough. From 11, I think that's going to put people off. But I can see him coming across and sitting outside the leader and just making it a bit harder for Little Bird. So, look, I think he's going to run well.
Yeah, he's an interesting runner, particularly drawn in 11 alongside a Little Bird who's drawn barrier number 12. Both of them have got a few obstacles to overcome.
Yeah, Starlight's winning last week. He had about 30 to 1, give or take. So... odds-on favourite here in the last ball.
Yeah, and look, I've got him on top blitzing, but if anything goes wrong, I think POWERMAX is the one. I think POWERMAX is the bet as well because he's going to come up overs, I'm sure of it. At the moment, you can see he's at 29 and 6 anyway. Little Bird obviously will run well, and Sir Redlot's got a nice draw. So at 9, 7, 4 and 3, happy to make POWERMAX my long shot, especially at that price.
Yeah, I think the market will even itself out a little bit. I've got blitzing on top. I don't think he's a $1.70 chance, though. I think My Chance off a good draw is a real danger, as is Seredalot off a good draw. They're going to get good trails. Fantastic feeling. Come back in super form this season. The whole Ferrara stable's actually going quite nicely. There was a big run from him last start in that race won by Good Beauty, who I've left out. Look, you got Little Bird at $12 there. I mean, that's a massive over, really, on his recent form. So I think the market's a bit... oblong at the moment, right. But I've gone with him on top blitzing. Yeah,
I got the same tiers as you in actual fact, Brett, but Good Beauty and queued as well. All right, straight into the stats. Who are we looking at? Ricky Yu, Paul. Yeah, Ricky Yu. He's had a good season here. You can see he's had 99 runners backing up last start place getters at Happy Valley with a 23% win rate. So just a really good win rate there. So when horses get into form for Ricky Yu, they stay in form. That's what we're saying, basically. And you can see Eagle's the one to watch. Best bets? What are we looking at? Best bet for me, I'm going to go in the 2200 metre race, and the horse being Savannah Wind. I think he's been set perfectly for this race. He should come up a reasonable price as well with Grant van Niekerk aboard. So he's my best. And as I mentioned, long shot, POWERMAX. I think he'll start about $12 or $13, but I still think it's an over for a last start winner. The 11 will put people off, and they might think he's a bit exposed, but Starlight proved them wrong last time. I think POWERMAX is a similar type of horse. Play of the day, race 5, 2, 7 and 9. Best for me, E-Master. Sam Clipperton going well on this horse. The whole stable's going well, actually, and I think he'll swoop them or swamp them late to win. Cool Army, race 2, number 1, also from the Founds Yard. It's a trappy little Class 5, this. There's not a lot of form to work with, and I think he might run a big race. E-Master, Jolly Bountiful Dragon Dance, the QQP play of the day for me, race 6. All right, quadruple double for me, race 4, number 5. Happy Valley for the first time. I think the track will suit him, the 3-year-old colt. And it's SDS squared. I've gone with Fairy Twins. He's not a long shot. Hopefully he's an each-way price. Race 7, number 1. Look here is quadruple double and Thou Shalt Sing. Play in race number 4, QQP. We're just about done. Horses already arriving for International Week, though.
Yep, the horses from Australia are lobbed in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, looked at the window, saw a few of them over there in the quarantine. So
with all that scaffolding at your house, I'm surprised you can see anything.
All right, that's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Paul, Brett and the rest of the team. Hopefully we'll see you at Happy Valley when we'll be racing to
Good
win.
night.
no.